This today is the prologue for the new player who will be joining tomorrow for his first session. New player, can you give us a short description of your character?
He's a half-orc who wears chainmail and has leather on his arms and legs. He carries two short spears on his back and always has a short spear in hand and his buckler in hand. He's about 6'2", and he has light green skin in some areas, darker green in other areas. Just depends on what's gotten more sun. He has two tusks protruding from the bottom of his mouth. And he has black hair that goes about shoulder length back in a ponytail.
Mm-hmm. How old is
Both
your...
eyes are hazel. He
Continue.
is 25.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not old, but not young for a orc. And his
That's
name is
true.
Jormuns.
All right. What has Jormund been up to in the last few years, probably?
He's been working for
Farah.
a gang, and he decided to call it off and started working for the military, leaving on not bad terms, but not enough good terms to where he could just join whenever he wanted to. Back. But he decided to join in the military to try and fight off the goblins and the orcs that keep raiding villages. But then he found out from the military that they don't care two rats behinds about it. So he left the training for it and decided to try and find someone who is doing something about it. And that's when he heard about the Goblin Slayer. Not too long ago, of course.
Well, you would have heard about the Goblin Slayer a while ago for the first time. Like a year ago or half a year ago. You probably have seen him already one time when he came through Potbury on his way. It was a while ago. When one of the elves shows up, that's always always kind of a spectacle, and people want to see the elves, so it gets spread around. And I think like Jormund was one of the people who came to look at him. So there's like this fancy looking elf. He's walking around a bit strange. He's not like well dressed like most of the elves. He looks a bit more like he means business. And then a while later, you get these weird stories about the Goblin Slayer that get spread around. There was something happening with a village getting attacked by goblins, and then shortly later, the Goblin Slayer story started to appear. Time goes by. You're still sitting around, don't really know much what to do with your life. Until like this call gets out. Like the Royal Council in Barrows, they are looking for people who are willing to join their cause, to go eastwards and find out things about what's happening behind the divide. And I don't think this is too much too interesting for you, this story, like this path to follow, but I mean you heard about it, and probably sometime later, you have also heard about the fact that the Goblin Slayer has joined one of these adventuring parties. It's kind of weird, say like this, but then again, like, who's to question the elves? They are always weird. Time continues a bit, and now we're like a week ago, 10 days ago, the Goblin Slayer actually came through Port Bream again. Passing through, they stayed for one night, headed out of the town the very morning. There was some weird shit going down, like things you heard afterwards about somebody doing some ritual in the temple, ruining a basin of water there. With strange things and strange lights appearing. Like a lot of noise followed them being in town, or him being in town. You can't really make much from this, I guess. It's just it happened, yeah. And time goes on. You're like somewhat knowledgeable about what the military security guild is doing, so you know about the bounty officers and that there are bounties. And the day we will start is actually the day where you hear about the fact that one of the hobgoblin raiding parties has been eliminated. That bounty has been claimed, and it has been claimed by the group that included the Goblin Slayer. So
I guess he is as much as I thought he was.
he actually does slay goblins. Was hobgoblins in this case, but
Goblinoid.
ugly humanoids. Like like yourself in some weird way, huh?
Yeah, much like myself, actually.
What's your relationship with the orcs like?
My relationship with them is that I want to eradicate them. The sooner
Why?
the better. They caused great pain. Still here because, well, quite frankly, they've caused my mother great problems and great qualms. Without them, my mother wouldn't have had to be chased out from by her husband. Wouldn't have had to go through so much pain just to keep me around. And so, their fault for what they have done.
Is it all orcs, or is it just a group of orcs that has been
Any
causing this?
who gain their prime food source and sources of entertainment through raiding and pillaging and raping.
Oof. So, like hobgoblins.
Correct. Anything that does similar things as well, I shall kill. The oath I made with myself, though it holds no power, still enough that I shall keep to my grave, or die trying.
Is this oath? Is this an oath?
An oath I made to myself.
And have you sworn this oath on any of the deities that you know about?
Not out of pietas, but out of a threat to any orcish god there is that pleads itself and tells those who follow it to rape and pillage.
This is there's like one god that comes to mind, the god of destruction, which would be also kind of the god that you would refer to in times of war. So, but at the same time, that's also the god that the orcs like.
They're known to be a threat to him and those who follow in him. And whatever god would be against him, I would choose to swear my oath. And that if they decide to do anything, that they just not cause their followers to get in my way.
Okay. Well, it's a nice, let's check what day we have. Ba-dum-bum-bum. It's a nice Saturday morning when you hear about what has just happened. The Goblin Slayer is, after slaying a group of goblins, reportedly in Lulu Bay right now, which is a long day's walk away from the town you're in right now. Let me just double check if it's Saturday or Sunday.
I would go searching for him and asking around where he has been seen.
Well, you have to leave town. You have to go to another county, basically, to find them.
Well, I guess it's time to set out.
Right. Is there anything that you need to, any business that you need to finish in Port Breen before you leave? Paying off any debts that you still have, or anything like this? You have been working for these mob people for quite a while, right? You still have contact with them?
I would have contact with them. I would go tell them and go find them, more so.
I mean, you know where they operate from, so you can just go there.
I would
again?
I would go find them, and once I arrive, I would talk to either the boss or his right-hand man.
Yeah, basically you have been working in this like group of outlaws. The boss is Farah. Farah the landlord is her underworld title, basically. She has 3 people working for her. You have been working with Carlos most of the time. You don't have too much. I mean, you have met Farah a few times, but most of the time you've been working with Carlos.
I would go to Carlos and, well, friend, it was nice working with you. I hope that whatever comes my way, we meet again, whether it be here or wherever the gods choose us to go. If they're still around, that is. Take care, old friend. And
Why? You take
try
care
not
too.
to get killed.
I'm always trying not to get killed. I wish you all the best, and if you manage to find some interesting things, let us know. Farah is always
You'll be the first.
interested.
You'll be the first people I go to sell my wares I find along my path.
Great. I wish you all the best, my friend. And I hope you
Take care.
find better luck in this adventure than in the, military adventure. They never cared for people like us. They never cared for the common folks. I really don't know why they call themselves military and security when all they have in mind is trying to do what exactly? Have other people do the work? Fight off strange insects at the gate?
They're just an extension of the nobility's power. Use it to scare the common folk into doing their bidding. Filtering mongrels.
Probably, yeah. Anyways, I hope you don't die. Sounds like you're off to more adventure than I am.
You know me. If something can kill me, well, I probably deserved it.
Stay sharp, my friend. And he hugs you and sends you on your merry way. And you can get on your trek to Lulu Bay. As I said, this will take a day of walking. It's a long day of walking. You can either take a normal pace and then sleep for one night in the edge of the forest, or you can walk deep into the night and arrive at Lulu Bay close to midnight. Which one would you prefer?
I'll go at a steady pace.
So are you trying to reach by midnight?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Let's see if anything bad happens on your way. Are you going alone, or are you trying to find a group to go with?
I would travel with any caravans that might be going to Lulu Bay.
Okay.
Just offer my services as just an extra guard for free.
Yeah. There is not a caravan going today. There's just random people. But you can group up and then travel in a group. This is the safest way to go.
I'll do as such.
Yeah. All right. You head out of Lulu Bay, and you travel with this group of people, and unbeknownst to you, you make less progress than you expected. And it's getting dark. You're not even at the edge of the forest yet. The other people are planning to make a camp.
Do any of you know what's in the forest?
Yeah, forest is normally pretty safe, but then again, why would you walk all through the night? You can let's just stay together. It's safer always. You don't want to get attacked by a random group of kobolds or anything like this, do you?
That's fair. Very fair. But the sooner we get there, the less likely we'll be attacked. But at the same time, you are correct. They come out during the night. Quite a problem.
Yeah, I think
Fine.
that is a group of 8-10 people together. If you make a fire, the chance of getting attacked by anything less than a raiding party is pretty low. The forest is notoriously safe. The creatures in the forest keep the forest free of all these annoying creatures like kobolds, like goblins. So the chance of getting attacked around the forest is pretty low. If then it's a small group of kobolds that has been shoot out of the hills to the west. They usually go into the forest and get murdered in the forest by something, so yeah. You're probably not getting attacked sleeping outside of the forest. So I take that you stay with the group and rest with them?
Correct.
Correct. All right. They plan watches. They will take 3 watches for 4 hours each, or 3 hours each. Do you want to go on one watch? You probably should, as one of the fighting men.
Yeah, I'll go on the middle watch.
All right. You go to sleep for the first cycle, and after a few hours of sleeping, you get woken up by some random dude that's traveling with you. And he says, well, your time's up for watch, my friend. And you see that you are the only person awake, only person that's getting woken up. You would have known this. It's like one person is keeping watch. All the others are sleeping. You know who to wake up afterwards. And yeah, everything's fine right now.
Thank you. Rest well.
So you are up in the middle of the night. You're close to the edge of the forest, so safe region. And is there anything anything specific you're doing?
Walking at the edge of the firelight, taking advantage of using my night vision to see extra fur.
All right. So, would you please roll me a perception check? Can you roll, else I will roll?
Try. I did not settle up, but I shall roll it somehow. I forgot to make a button.
Six, 16. All right, you see nothing. Maybe there is something, but you don't know if there is something. So I think your perception is 10, right?
11.
11, okay. 17. Still nothing. Unlucky. Well, you stay on watch. There's nothing happening. Nothing approaches you. Everything's going fine. And after a few hours, you can wake up the next person who's on watch.
I would do so.
Alright. You wake up this random guy who is on watch right now, and he wakes up and says, "Oh, alright, okay, yeah, fine. I will take my watch." And he seems kind of probably unhappy that he has to do watch for the night. Would have preferred to sleep, but he gets up anyways. And you can go back to sleeping if you want, or do you want to stay awake?
I'll stay up with him. Give him someone to talk to.
Okay, so you're staying up for basically the rest of the night.
Yep.
Okay. All right. You can like chat with this guy. He still seems kind of uninterested in staying awake, and seeing that you are staying awake anyways, he like says, "Oh mate, why are you staying awake? I take watch. You can sleep."
Oh, you look like you wanted someone to chat to. And plus, it's lonely out whenever all you have is the light. It's an empty void.
No offense,
What?
I don't really want someone to chat to. I would like to sleep.
If you want to sleep,
So if you
you
want to
can.
stay awake and keep watch, then I can go back and sleep. So that's a good idea.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Well,
Don't have too much fun sleeping.
you must be the friendliest half-orc that I've ever met.
I try.
And the guy goes back to sleep. You're still sitting there in the middle of the night.
Kind of packing up my tent while on watch.
As you're packing up your things, you notice that when you went to bed, there was 9 people with you. And right now there's only 8.
I'll go around waking everyone up.
You can do so.
Someone's been taken.
Everybody's like, what's he talking about? And,
There were 9 of us. There were 10 of us. There's now 9.
like people are getting like up and they kind of weirded out about what you're saying, and they check around and they count, and indeed there's one less person, but there's also no gear of this person.
No, what?
The person disappeared with all his stuff.
You think they just left? Went into the force? Or do you think they were taken?
One of the people you've been traveling with, like, kind of turns back to his sleeping mat on the ground and goes to his backpack and checks the backpack and ruffles through it a bit and says, "What the fuck? Where's my money gone?" And then everybody checks their bags, and most of the money has disappeared. Like, nobody has any money in his backpack right now.
It's a good thing I was on watch. My point, man, well,
Do you check your backpack?
I mean, when I was on watch, I was traveling with my bag because I don't want to leave that shit. I'm traveling with random strangers. That's not smart to do.
So, are you checking?
I'll check my bag, yeah.
Your money is gone as well.
Which way do you think they went?
I have no idea. And as you double check, you notice that the person who's missing is the person who has woken you up.
It was first watch. Does anyone remember the man?
General consensus seems to be that nobody really knows anyone. Just traveling in numbers lowers your chance of getting ambushed. So there's like a few people who, like a group of 2 that travel together, but like the person who was on first watch, nobody knows them. Like the same way you don't know any of these people.
Shame. That's 53 gold too. I guess I'll continue the rest of my watch. You
As
all
you
wake up again, we'll head to town.
as you like double check your stuff, you notice that there's like usually you have like 50 coins in one bag, and like the bag with 50 coins has disappeared. Like the bag with 3 gold coins you still have. It was probably like on your belt or something. So the big money bag is gone, but we have some change left.
Well, when we get to town, I feel bad because I probably my fault. I'll give my 3 coins to the 3 gold coins I have left to the rest of you. You can split them how you wish.
Keep your money. It's like what's like everybody has like some change in their pockets that they still have. Like they really don't really want to take your money because like you also lost all of your money.
I'll be making coin. I'm going to be joining the Goblin Slayer if they'll allow me.
Good luck. Generally, like the after everybody discovering that the money has disappeared, and the person probably stole all the money, like nobody really wants to go back to sleep.
Just travel on. Daybreak isn't too far from now.
Yeah, like people kind of stay awake, and once the sun comes up, they will actually think the same thing. Like gather the stuff, go to town, tell the local security person, like the sheriff, what has happened, and hope for the best. Basically, maybe somebody has been noticed sneaking into town early in the morning, stuff like this. Sometimes people get caught, but stealing gold from random people in the middle of nowhere is a kind of an easy way of getting money, probably. If you can get away with it, which this person kind of did. All right. You grab all your stuff and you head continue on your way to Lulu Bay, and you will reach town somewhere past noon, like 2 p.m., something like this.
I would go to the local sheriff, as you call them, basically.
Yeah. This is like the that's a hard word for me. The security chief. Security chief is you can easily find them. You have been like working with the military security guild, so you know kind of the structures, and you know like there's the bounty office, and across the bounty office usually is the security office, and you can head there, and with the other people in your traveling group you can go there and make your complaints. In the office are a few people, the security chief herself, it's a woman, and like a few people who work for her, and you can try to describe the person that has stolen the money to the best of your knowledge. Kind of was a like, you don't really get much out of this. Is there anything else you want to talk while you're here?
I'm looking for the Goblin Slayer. Heard he was in town.
Yes. I have spoken with one of his acquaintances this morning.
I just wish to join him on their quest.
What do you think the quest is?
I don't know, killing goblins? Seems sound like what they're doing.
That's what I thought this morning, and then like this weird dwarf shows up and he's rambling some random stuff, and now I'm kind of confused. But from what I've heard is that they are staying in town for a few more days, so you might be lucky and catch them.
Thank you. Hopefully I can find them. Do you know what inn they stay at?
I would guess that I actually don't know. I didn't ask. But check in town what you can. Maybe you can run across them. Like there isn't that many inns. They are either at the LLL or they are at one of the lesser nice taverns. Maybe one of them is like a member of the military guild, so maybe they are staying somewhere near to the barracks.
I'll make sure to check the inn first.
Yeah. Good luck finding them.
Thank you for the information.
You're welcome. Please try not to do anything stupid while you're here, okay?
Prefer not. I've turned over a new leaf.
Alright. So there is the Rusty Axe. You can like run through town and try to find inns and places where people could be staying. The one that is closer to the barracks is called the Rusty Axe. It's like a really cheap inn. There's the Sleeping Forest. It's like I was just give me 1 second. There's the Sleeping Forest. It's like a middle class inn and tavern, and then there's the Sleeping Forest. The Sleeping Forest is Lulu Bay's. Not the sleeping. I already talked about the Sleeping Forest. Lulu Bay luxury lounging. This is like the equivalent to the honeypot that you would know from Port Bream. This is like the high-end establishment. You pay 1 gold piece just so you can get inside, but then you have a bathroom, a bathhouse, and a nice bed for the night, and breakfast and 1 drink on the house. So it's kind of expensive, but you kind of get something for your money.
Cheap to high.
Speaking around, you will not really get like a perfect answer. You can't go inside of the LLL to talk with someone. There's like a bouncer outside. You could have gone inside of Sleeping Forest or the Rusty Axe if you want to check out any of these things.
I'll go to the Rusty Axe.
Alright. Rusty Axe is like a military guild tavern, so there's a lot of military people inside. It's already afternoon, it's the weekend, so it's not like weekend means that much in this world, but still. There's a lot of drunk people already. And you get quite a few strange looks as you enter.
Expected. I'm looking for the party of the goblins there. Would anybody know by chance where I can find them?
It's pretty loud in here, so you have to pick random people to talk to, or talk to the barkeeper or something.
I'll go to the bar.
All right. The barkeep is one of these like ex-military people. Like pretty big guy, pretty big muscles. By now, pretty big belly as well. Seems like he has seen some shit. You can ask him. Ask him your question.
Would you know perchance where I can find the party of the Goblin Slayer? Or the Goblin Slayer himself?
Whoa, from all I know, wasn't the Goblin Slayer is like one of these elfy dudes, right?
Yes.
Isn't he somewhere at the coast?
I was told he's in town.
Well, I have not been told that he's in town. What do you need him for?
Oh, I wish to join him in slaying goblins. And both goblins and orcs.
Why don't you do something productive with your time, huh? We have this everlasting, annoying, creepy, crawly dudes at the gate. If you want to earn your medal, then why don't you join the guild and head over to the east and murder some Ant-Mans, huh? Like all of us do.
Personal vendetta.
Well, you can have a personal vendetta against Ant-Man. Let me tell you this one. Know a lot of guys who do.
Well, as you can tell from how I look, I don't quite like orcs. Not for them,
Nobody
my
quite
mother
likes
would be
orcs.
my mother would be living a good life, if not that.
Well, anyways, I have work to do, so good luck finding this Goblin Slayer.
I shall. Now leave the end for the next one.
For the next one. Alright. Which one's the next one?
Crap. There were three. So that one, other one. What was its name? Was
Sleeping
it Sleeping Forest?
Yeah, Sleeping Forest Inn, yeah.
Yeah. Sleeping Forest.
Alright, you head to the Sleeping Forest. Again, just going inside and screaming, "Has anybody seen this person?" is weird, so you probably don't want to do this.
I'll just go to the barkeep.
Yeah. Alright. You head to the barkeeper and ask him your question.
Seen the Goblin Slayer or any of his members?
Well, yes, I have. Wait. Does he or does he know?
I'm trying to find them.
I'm trying to remember exactly.
Which one they went to?
No, I think he has seen them. Yeah, I have seen them. Quite a few days, week. Oh, when was this? Like last week, I think. Like he didn't stay here, but he showed up and then left again. Must have been a week ago. What?
Do you think they're at the high class inn?
I have no idea.
I was told they'll be in town for a few more days.
What? Have you checked the Rusty X?
I did. Didn't
You know-
even know they were in town.
The last time they were here, the dude didn't sleep. It didn't sleep here, so I have no idea. Maybe, no offense to the Goblin Slayer, but he's kind of dressed a bit rough, so maybe he's sleeping on the street or sleeping somewhere completely different. Doesn't seem to be the townsy person, you know. Have you ever met someone like this? Like someone who you think this guy, I think he doesn't really know how a bed works. That's the vibe you get from him.
Those types. Interesting. Never thought an elf could be like that. From the stories, at least.
Maybe you have a better chance of finding him outside of town.
I'll do such. Thank you for the information.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Also, how much is a room here?
5 silver.
5 silver? Okay. When I find him, if I do, if I don't, I'll come back here and get a room for 3 nights. If there's any available.
There's, yeah. Of course. Now you put me in this weird position where I want to say good luck, but at the same time I don't want to say good luck. How does one solve this problem?
Either way, I'll come and give you your coin. Because you gave me good information.
Well,
you deserve it.
Thank you. Good luck, I guess.
Thank you. Don't have too much fun. And he just walks his way out onto the final inn.
You approach the Lulu Bay luxury lounging. Outside of the door is a bouncer. Put it like this. And he stops you as you approach and says like, you want to stay here? He looks at you kind of...
No. I just was wondering if you've seen the Goblin Slayer.
That's something to wonder about, yeah.
Stayed here. I wish to join him.
Well...
And his crew.
Sounds like a great plan.
Except he hasn't stayed here.
You can think what you want to think. It's not my job to tell you what to think. It's my job to tell you that if you want to stay in the inn, you will have to pay right now. Or if you don't want to stay, I would kindly ask you to step out of the way so the paying customers can enter.
My apologies. I'll step to the side.
The bouncer kind of slowly nods in your direction and then kind of looks somewhere else.
Well, if you see him, please tell him a half-orc's looking for him by the name of Jormuns. And I'll just walk away. Time to search around town and outside of town. Primarily outside.
Alright, so you wander around town. How much time do you want to spend inside and how much outside? Like it's afternoon, so you have a few more hours.
Half the amount of daylight outside of town, and then the rest of the time I have till proper time to sleep inside of town.
Okay, so you head out of town. Let's see. I will just roll something in secret.
How dare you hide it from me? That is evil.
Which is the perfect outcome, exactly what I was hoping for. So you search around, you like exit the town, like the proper part of the town. You go through the outskirts of town and then enter in this grace area between the last buildings and the edge of the forest. There's like some 100 yards in between. So anything that would come from the forest has to walk over this large part of open ground. It's probably just a deterrent for like random animals so they don't wander into town. And you kind of look around. Are you getting close to the forest or are you staying on the edge of the town?
I'll get closer into the forest.
Yeah, you like walk up to the forest and you check like if you spot something. You don't really get much luck, and somewhere like after like an hour or so, you kind of start wondering if the approach you're taking makes any sense. Like, what are you trying to do? Even wander around in the open field in the hope of finding someone who could be anywhere, and you kind of after a while you give up and head back to town.
I'll just ask the gate guards to send someone to the sleeping forest. If they see the Goblin Slayer, tell them that someone's looking for them.
There isn't really that much of gate guards. This is not a walled town. So
people that just stand by the road, basically.
yeah, you can see there's like some patrols going through, and you can chat up someone and some people in the patrols, and they say, yeah, cool story, bro. Basically, they all agree that they will send him your direction, but kind of
if
doesn't seem to.
Not,
that's a completely different question. So you head to the Sleeping Forest Inn and pay for a night. Are you paying for the 3 nights that you said that you will pay for?
The 3 nights I said I'd pay for.
All right. Please remove 1.5 additional gold pieces from your character sheet at some point. So you don't really have much money at the moment. And you go to sleep. Or are you like hanging out in the tavern, trying to get some more information, or?
I'll just sit down at the bar and talk with the keep. Right. Ask him about the drinks I can get.
Well, you ask him about what?
The drinks. What they have.
They have just the standard stuff, mostly. Beer and wine, nothing fancy. He tells you a funny story about how the LLL has this kind of weird trading agreement with some weird elven merchant who is willing to every once in a while trade him a small barrel of elven wine, which your barkeeper tells you is not that great. Okay, it's like normal wine, like normal good wine, and he sells it for absurd amount of money, like 2 gold pieces for 1 cup of elven wine. This is insane price, basically. Yeah.
How much for a mug of mead?
10 copper.
Place down a silver.
Yeah, like you get something to drink and you sit around and at some point like a random dude approaches you and chats you up about like, hey, you have weird skin, where are you from? Like something kind of almost offensive.
I'm from around. I'm from by the river.
They have.
How about you, friend?
They have green skin by the river? I've never heard this.
mother that I dearly care about was taken by an orc party. And now I'm off to kill some orcs, goblins, and anything in between.
Does this include humans?
No, they don't rape in village, do they?
Well, the last time I checked, we still had this bandit problem. I don't know how much they are into raping, but pillaging, most definitely.
We'll target them as well.
Well, I'm not a bandit,
Or my
okay?
spirit points. Okay. You don't look like one.
How do bandits look?
Generally, they look like they're about to kill you with their weapons out. And last I
Interesting.
checked, you don't have your weapon out.
I only have this, and he like pulls like a small dagger out of his sash and kind of
I just kind of motion.
almost presents it your direction.
I just kind of motion to my spears. I just have these. It's all I'm good for and good with.
Well, would you like to go on a small sparring match?
I will lose.
Huh.
Not much of a fighter for people, for fun, even if it's good training. I don't like harming people unless they've done something wrong.
Well, then he puts his dagger away. Alright.
Now, if you want to challenge me to a drinking contest, that's a whole other matter.
A drinking contest. That's almost as good as a fun little fight. So, winner pays all. Loser pays all.
Let's set the limit to between us a gold piece. Whoever drinks the fastest has to pay for the drinks.
The fastest. He
We'll
looks
get
at
the
you.
gold
You're
piece
like
worth of drinks.
a half a feet larger than this person. At least half a feet larger than this person. But it's like, how about who drinks the most?
Okay, how much mead can we get for a gold piece, Keith?
A lot, he says. Kind of not exactly giving you a number, but he seems to be inclined in making business, and he takes your gold piece and says, I will keep the drinks coming.
Righty. And if that gold piece isn't enough for one of us to fall down, then however long that gold piece lasts, drinks for anyone who comes in until the gold's gone.
Alright.
I'll make sure to make it up to you.
You get to drinking with this random guy. This is the perfect time for a constitution check. And see who rolls better. You need to beat a 25.
Anything from my con?
It's just your con plus a d20.
I have a 15.
You have high
what's my
con. So.
con?
Yeah. Should be easy but doable. You have better con than this person.
You said +5, right?
A d20 plus your con. So con is 15, right?
15.
So d20 plus 15. 31. Easily. You drink this guy under his under the table. At some point he just falls over backwards and starts snoring in the middle of the room. A few people have formed like a small circle around you and they cheer for you. you're kind of hammered, so you hear them cheering, and you're like, cheer back and try not to fall off your chair, which you kind of managed to do. But this day is ended completely drunk.
Let's hope I don't die when I wake up.
Yeah. So you like try to make it to your room. The barkeeper kind of like a barkeeper and like a few random people help you to get to your room, and you collapse on the bed and black out, and wake up the next day feeling like shit, dehydrated as fuck. The sun is already up, and it seems like you have lost like half of the day.
Well, guess I'm just going to sleep some more. Already lost this day. I'll munch on one of my rations.
All right.
For my meal for the day, and then go back to sleep.
Are you at all heading out today, or?
I'll head out for like 30 minutes just to see if anybody's seen the Goblin Slayer. Primarily any of the, probably the security. Ask them if they've seen him or if he's come back in town. If not, go right back to sleep.
You head out and you like walk around and try to chat up some people, and you will hear about something that has happened on the market square, like kind of a weird thing. The Goblin Slayer and a dwarf. They have been kind of seen walking around the market square asking kind of weird questions and then quickly leaving. It's like a weird interaction, so that's just like how they have been noticed this day. Yeah.
Well,
Nobody really kept track of where they are going, but this is something that has happened.
well, that's a shame. I checked the market square.
You check the market square. All right. There's the market square. There's like this a few stands around, people selling all sorts of stuff. And there's these nice shops. Everything's made of wood. Like there's something to notice about this town. Basically, everything is wooden. Unlike in Port Bream, there's still wooden structures, but there's much more stone buildings. Yeah. Nice shops.
Right.
All the woodwork seems to be done very well. Not surprising. Like Lulu Bay is the home seat of the Forest and Woodworking Guild, so you would expect that if any city in this kingdom has excellent woodwork, then it would be this one. Yeah, everything
I'll
looks.
have to go to the Woodsman Guild.
You try to find their building. It's not too hard to find. You can enter. There's no guards at the door, so you can enter, and you enter into this lobby. There's a person behind a reception desk. It's a woman. She looks up and sees you and kind of tries not to flinch, kind of flinches a bit, and says, hello, how can I help you?
I wish to join the Woodsman Guild. I'm a lumberjack.
She looks at you, sees your armor, sees the spears on your back, the shield, and
I kind of
says,
just pull out my wood axe.
in the middle of the building, you just pull out your axe from your back. Doesn't look weird at
I
all.
hold it by the blade. Like, I assume there's like something that it holds on that covers the blade.
Probably
Kind of like,
if you have it like in your backpack with a sheath over the blade, probably.
forgot to have a backpack. I kind of like turn around and point to the handle of the wood axe.
She says, well, that is. Um, she kind of looks somewhat confused and it says, people don't usually join here. Is there anyone you are working for? Are you
Well, I
looking
wish
for
to
work?
Yeah, I'm looking for work. I'm currently waiting to find the Goblin Slayer, but I can't seem to always catch him. So I decided I'll settle here for a bit and walk for a bit until I find him.
You mean the Reuven, the Goblin Slayer, the elf?
Yes, yes.
Well, he's here in town. I heard.
I seem to always miss him whenever he's in town. Well, actually in town.
You maybe you have more luck at the Hunters Guild. Like sometimes the elves like to talk with them. Sometimes they like to talk with the elves. I don't really know how this works.
Kind of shrug.
But if
Well,
you're looking for work, and she like starts like rummaging over through her desk and like names you a few names of woodworking like lumberjack shops in town where you could ask for work. And
I'll make sure to say that you sent me.
well, thank you.
What was your name again, young miss?
Nisa.
Nisha. Thank you again, Nisha. My name is Jorm.
She kind of nods in your direction and
Waddle away, waddle out. Oh, I drank too much. Trust.
yeah, true.
What's the names of the lumberjacking places?
Some random names. Unimportant random names. Do you want to check them out or?
Work for them for 2 days until I can find, or in case sooner, I find the Goblin Slayer and possibly leave with them if he allows it.
Well, you can go to the first name you get. Like you can ask around a bit to get to the first place that you have been told about and approach it. And there's like this building. There's some people around. You can ask for the boss. Talk with him. He kind of seems uninterested in someone laboring for a day. This is like a proper worksman, so they like people to know what they are doing and have them not just standing around. Like if they need some day laborers, they will grab some commoners who can carry shit. But for actually like lumberjacking, they want skilled people. And
I am a lumberjack.
yeah, but you like if you were like looking for work long time, maybe they are interested, but just someone showing up and working for 2 days, that makes no sense to them.
Do you know which one of the lumberjack mills might allow me to work for a day or two?
No one.
Guess I got to try and find if ever my coin gets found.
Yeah. So yeah, you're kind of out of luck with the woodworking approach.
What a shame. I'll have to make some coins before so I can actually have this.
Yeah, you can go back to your inn or like keep wandering through the city or try to find the Hunters Guild.
I'll try and find the Hunters Guild.
Okay. Um, this all takes time. Like this town is it's like a large city, right? So it's like
Yeah.
by now it's like a good part past like 3-4 p.m. Um, you can find the Hunters Guild building. It's like another large building. It has the large flag outside with the emblem on it, and you can enter and kind of the same procedure as the last time. You enter, there's like this big hall, and there's a reception desk, and behind the reception desk is sitting another woman and says kind of the same thing. It says, well, welcome to the Hunters Guild. How can I help you?
I'm looking for Reuben the Goblin Slayer. I wish to adventure.
Well, they have already left here.
Do you know when he should be back?
To be honest, I don't know if he will be back here.
Which direction did they go?
The last thing I know is that they talked with my boss. One of them went to the library. The others, I don't really know. Looking for a bird cage or a blanket for a bird cage. I think they're staying at the LLL, but other than this, I can't really tell you that much.
What a shame. Couldn't even get in to
Indeed.
ask about if they were there.
I guess
Don't
I
blame them though.
don't blame them for what?
Don't blame them for not letting me in to ask. As, based off of how I look, trying to meet the Goblin Slayer doesn't sound much like a nice chat to most, probably.
Who stopped you? I'm not following.
The bouncer there, he didn't allow me to ask any questions and wouldn't answer any that I asked. Just asked him if he'd seen the Goblin Slayer stay there, and wouldn't answer.
Well, let's just say the LLL, they take the... I wouldn't expect to get any answers from the bouncer other than this gold piece is enough to go inside. That's kind of the business model.
I assumed as much. Well, thank you for pointing me in the direction. If by chance you do see the Goblin Slayer, tell him Jormuns looking for him. I'll be at the Sleeping Forest for another night.
I do hope I see him again, but something never mind. I wish you all the best. And she kind of waves at you, and you can leave.
A wonderful day.
You too.
And I walk out.
You walk out, yeah.
And I go back to the Sleeping Forest to sleep.
Okay. Yeah, you head back to sleep. Back to the inn. Like, grab some water to drink or something, and go more or less go to sleep. As you go to are you in your room like sometimes later someone knocks at your door and says
Oh,
excuse me Jormun, I've got a message for you.
yes, yes, coming. Kind of just in my common clothes. Open the door.
Yeah, you open the door, there's the barkeeper outside and he says some guard showed up and said like you've been looking for the Goblin Slayer, like something about I don't really know. Like they told me to let you know that they are staying at the LLL.
All right, thank you very much. Well, if they ever leave, because they won't let me in, I'll find them eventually. Any chance you can send someone to wake me up early in the morning? Maybe I can stay outside and wait.
Yeah, sure. I will wake you in the morning. No problem.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for your patronage. And he kind of stands for a long, uncomfortable moment in the door, expectingly.
Oh, yeah. Here for all I got left, but I'll be making more coin in the future. Anyways, and I'll hand him my last 5 silver. A tip for your kindness.
He takes them and gives you a small little bow and lets you sleep. And will wake you up in the morning, like 6 sharp, basically, in the morning. It's kind of almost dark outside. And he says, you hear the knocking at the door. You wake up and probably not the barkeep, but somebody who works here says, waking service.
Thank you, I'm up. Thank you. And I'll start putting on my gear, strapping on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll head out and wait for them outside the LLL.
Yeah. Perfect. This is exactly
I'll
this.
stand like a block away.
Yeah, like you're standing like across the
So
street.
Yeah, that way the bouncer doesn't get, oh, he's trying to cause some trouble.
Yeah. Perfect. This is the exact spot that I wanted to leave you at, and you have managed to get there. So, perfect.